Hello, hello, hello. God, I just feel like I haven't seen everybody in such a long time, and I wanted to come live because I'm super excited about my launch today. I'm going to make a banner real quick. Should have done that ahead of time. So if you guys follow me, and you must follow me because you're seeing my Facebook Live, you know that I have been at Elena. Hold on, Lioness, not a lamb. Bear with me here. Dot shop. Okay, boom, add banner and show. Okay, I have been at Elena Cardone's 10X Ladies. Wow, y'all, there was no words for this event this year. Her team knocked it out of the park. She knocked it out of the park. It was absolutely amazing. God, who do we start with? Marisol Nichols, which we're going to talk about because I'm going to talk to you guys and gals about Lioness, not a lamb .shop. That's a way that you can support Marisol. And if you're watching this right now, would you share this out? It's really important. You know, Marisol Nichols, oh my God. Okay, so she's a Hollywood actress. She's the star of Riverdale. She's been on everything from Two and a Half Men. I mean, I don't know. She's been on so many shows, y'all. She's super famous, super incredible. But more importantly, her most important work, her mission in life is she's an FBI operative. And she uses it, her acting skills for her FBI operative work because they put her undercover to do all kinds of things. It's so incredible. I mean, can I just tell you, like, she absolutely, hold on here, I'm getting some stats for you guys. She absolutely changed, I don't know, my opinion of everything. You know, she is Tim Ballard from Sound of Freedom. If you guys have seen Sound of Freedom, put it in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. If you haven't seen Sound of Freedom, ditch your Barbie ticket movies. Like, seriously, on Barbie, because the most important thing on planet Earth is not having the Barbies taking back Barbie land from the Ken dolls. Like, what a distraction. And I was going to hit that in my speech, and then I ran out of time. Elena literally said to me, she's like, "Did you hit the Barbie thing?" And I'm like, "No, I ran out of time." It was such a great audience, best audience I've ever been in front of. Really, just committed 10X ladies, lots of men there, probably 25% men. And that was just the men that come to support. They support their women. It was just an incredible experience. Like, it's an experience I'll never forget as long as I live. 10X ladies, and the speaker I'll never forget as long as I live is Marisol Nichols. Now, I've had the honor of meeting Marisol before through Elena. Elena and I were doing some Twitter Spaces shows. And we had Marisol as a guest on Twitter Spaces. Hey, if you guys are watching this and you want to hear more about this, share this out, because I literally called my dear friend Sherry Matthews one day and I said, I want to raise money in my sleep for Marisol Nichols. And I really got a heart for her and her charity, Slavery Free World, after Elena and I had her on Twitter Spaces. When I found out she was doing more than awareness, now I think awareness is super important, and I'm going to tell you all about something Elena and I are doing on September 7th. But awareness is everything, right? Like, this phone right here is the new white van for your children. You know, the white vans aren't circling your neighborhoods anymore, y'all. I mean, they might be, but they're not. They don't have to be. You've got these pedophiles, these perverts, these sick bastards that are posing as children, and they're going after our children, my grandchildren, your children. Our kids are absolute targets for these sick bastards, okay? And they're posing as children. And hello, Claudianne. Claudianne was 10X ladies. And they're posing as children, and they are targeting our children. They're trying to take away their innocence. They're trying to kidnap them. And do you know the number 2 place in the world for sex slavery? Number 2 in the world, including the sick sex clubs, is the United States of America. And, just to be nice on this, I just want to say, oh, we can do better. Like, bullshit. Like, we have got to do something to shut this stuff down. It's the number 1 crime in the world. It's not drugs. It's not anything. I mean, I can name all kinds of crimes, but it's not any of that. Those are not the number 1 crimes in the world. The number 1 crime in the world is sex trafficking. The number one victim, children. And let me tell you, they go after little boys probably more than they do little girls, from what I can see from my research. These sick bastards. And let me tell you who the pedophiles are. The majority, like the profile of a pedophile, he's 45 to 65. He's a white male, and he's above average income. So it's not like, I mean, I don't care who you think that person is, but you look at the profile of a pedophile, which now the AMA is not calling them pedophiles anymore. They're trying to normalize it. California is not going to arrest you for pedophilia anymore, because now it's like you just have different preferences. Like, what is happening on planet Earth that any of this is okay? Oh, you guys, it's so sickening. I hope you have seen Sound of Freedom. I hope that once you see it, you are so sickened by it, that you are so disgusted by it, that you are telling everybody about it, that you are telling your children and your grandchildren that this phone right here, the games that they play, the chat rooms that they get into. God, I wish I had my notes here. I don't have them here from Marisol. There's an app that all the kids are on, and she says it's the most dangerous. I'll actually post it when I go and look at it in my book from Elena. Guys, it is the sickest thing that's happening on the planet right now. And I know it's hard. It's hard to sit back and like, what do I do? What do I do? Well, I will tell you that Slavery-Free World is absolutely an amazing charity. It's been vetted. She actually has rescued children. Her foundation has rescued them. They have pulled them out. She showed us films with her and Tim Ballard from Sound of Freedom in actual sting operations. One of them was like the vice principal of a junior high school. Okay, like they're everywhere. Okay, they are everywhere. And I'm not going to get into why they do it, because it's all gateway stuff, right? Like they start here. They start as, they get into pornography, and then from there, that's not enough. And then they get into the this and the that and the that, and then the next thing you know, they're after children. Sick bastards. No other word for it. If my grandkids are watching this, I apologize ahead of time, but I don't, because they are. So Marisol Nichols, off the chain. Who else did I in love with? Venus Williams. Venus Williams, bet on yourself. That was my message too. So I'm pretty happy that me and Venus had the same same message, which is to bet on yourself. Man, you got to put it all on the line, and you got to bet on yourself. Because if you don't bet on yourself, ain't nobody betting on you. Okay. Everything I've ever done, I've had to put everything I've got on the line. And it usually works out. I can think of one time it did not work out, but every other time it's worked out. Oh God. Okay. Who else? Marisol Nichols, Venus Williams. I'm going to just crack his name, and I hate it. Juan Swami, Vivek, anyways, wonderful. Number 3 Republican presidential candidate. Love that guy. 37 years old. He was amazing. Let's see, who else did I love? Oh, well, of course, my girl, Megyn Kelly. Woohoo! Here's the funny story about me and the Megyn Kelly thing. So Elena was brilliant in how she did everything. She taught classes. She was the MC. She did everything. It was the Elena Cardone show, start to finish. That woman was on the stage. She was moderating. She was interviewing. She was doing the intros. I think there was only 4 times she went on stage, and that was when then 4 of us were speakers that were not being interviewed by her. We were actually keynote speakers. And so here's how it goes down with Megyn Kelly. Elena is interviewing Megyn Kelly, okay, on stage, and it was so good. So good. If any of you guys were at 10X GrowthCon, it was a lot like that. Megyn Kelly is spicy. That's the best word for Kelly. She's spicy. She's been through the fire and back. She took DJT to task. She called out the junkyard dog, and I like Trump. You guys know that, but man, he was not nice to her. And all she did was ask him questions. She asked him the questions because he was applying for the job that was held by George Washington. Okay. So anyways, they have their whole thing in the press. It's bad. But what does she go and do? She's tired of it. She's like, I'm sick of him. I'm sick of all of it. So she showed up at Trump Tower. And like security at Trump Tower was like, Megyn Kelly's here. And Trump's like, bring her up. And she and Trump settled it. And now she's supporting Trump for president. So anyways, not to get off on all that, but she is spicy. I love me some Megyn Kelly. And Megyn Kelly, talked about, trafficking and what's going on and how, the Kardashian movement and the Barbie and all this other stuff that is, it's all playing into the, narrative that whoever is in charge of all the evil on planet Earth wants everyone to play into, right? You get onto Instagram, people are in their bikinis and they're naked and they're this and they're that. I'm just, and she said, as long as women continue to put that kind of stuff into the universe, we're going to continue to have this problem. She calls it tits and ass. Megyn Kelly. I mean, she just puts it out there, but it's so true. If we continue to put out content like that, right, all it does is continue to feed the beast. So think about that next time you're putting stuff out there. Like, what are you putting into the universe? What are you feeding this evil beast? Okay, I digress. I'm back to the Megyn Kelly thing. So I tell the team, I was back there with Grant, and I was telling Elena's team, I said, here's the deal. I don't want to leave Elena hanging, because I know for Megyn Kelly, Megyn walks off, they have to do a set change because they're going to go from an interview stage to a podium with me. I said, so we got about a minute, but I have to meet Megyn Kelly and I have to have pictures with her. So I don't want to leave E hanging on an introduction, but you guys have got to get me to Megyn Kelly to me, the pictures taken, whatever. And then I've got to have time to run on stage. Like, that has to happen, or Elena's going to be standing up there going, where's Lisa? And someone's going to say, she's backstage with Megyn Kelly. That is how much I love Megyn Kelly. And so anyways, of course, it all worked out at Elena's team, like literally. And I told Megyn Kelly, I said, I turned off all my Fox News alerts a long time ago, and I only get Megyn Kelly alerts now. That woman she is spot on in my world. Don't be hating on me. If you don't like Megyn Kelly, that's your problem. But I love Megyn Kelly. I think she's got courage. I think she's got guts. I think she's got tenacity. She took on Fox News, basically told them to stuff it. She took on Donald Trump. And then went and confronted him. So, that takes courage. It takes guts. She's my kind of girl. So there was Megyn Kelly. Let me see who else that I absolutely loved. Let's see, Venus. Venus was phenomenal. My husband and I started watching King Richard last night, which is the story of her life. Venus is funny. I mean, Venus is funny. Who else? Oh, Sherry Hamilton. She did a great job. Natalie Dawson. Both of them are, executives with the Cardones. They absolutely brought all kinds of knowledge. And then my girl, Sabrina. Oh my God, Sabrina absolutely, Sabrina Cardone absolutely killed it. I mean, unbelievable. Anyways, Grant came up, and what can I say? He was Grant. He closed it out. He's always, he's just always a great show. There's just no doubt about it. There's a reason that he gets paid what he gets paid to be a speaker. And it was just phenomenal. I got to connect. I'm looking here real quick for some notes I had. I got to connect with so much of my team. I probably had about 100 agents there that were on my team, mine and Elena's team, and some of them were just on my team. Because Elena's team is my team. So that was phenomenal. I can't say enough about it. So you see this website below. It's lioness.alamb.shop. Okay. .shop. And I went to Sherry Matthews and I said, I want to do something that I can raise money for Marisol Nichols in my sleep. Like, I have not even one extra minute of time. I just don't. And so I need to do something. And my Lioness, not a lamb. This is the third year I've spoke at 10X Ladies about Lioness, not a lamb. And Elena just loves it. It resonates with her. She just like, I love where lionesses were going to rise up. What happens to lambs, y'all? They get slaughtered. Okay. They just do. Lambs are like very meek and mild. And I'm not saying it's not okay to be meek and mild, but as a lioness, we've got to rise up. We've got to protect the jungle. That's what we do. Okay. That's what a lioness does. A lioness makes sure that the cubs are fed. She makes sure that the cubs are protected. She makes sure that the pride is protected. She makes sure that the lion eats. Yeah, that's right. Lion does not go get his own food. Now, at my house, he does. But not in the jungle, okay? It does not happen in the jungle. And so, you know, when I came up with the concept lioness versus lioness, not a lamb, I never knew what it was going to be. You know, I talked about writing a book. I talked about making it a training course. I talked about making a keynote speech. I mean, I've talked about a lot of things with it. The only time I ever roll out lioness, not a lamb is when I speak at an Elena Cardone event, because it kind of owns that event. And it resonates so well with people. They're like, I love lioness, not a lamb. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so amazing. This, that, and the other. And so anyways, I was really struggling what to do with the brand. I went and I trademarked it. So it's in the middle of a trademark right now, because I knew it was something special. But guys, it took me almost 3 years to figure out what the special is. And it took me 3 years to meet Marisol Nichols for a slavery-free world. And it took me 3 years to know that the only thing that Lioness, Not a Lamb is meant to do is to raise money to save children. And so so Sherry was my co-visionary on this. We went to Nick Austin, who's an incredible artist, and Sherry and Nick. I take no credit except for approving and not approving. Now, part of this, what you'll see on the shirt, is something I had created before as the logo, but they took it and they expanded it for me. They made it where it's like those eyes are my eyes. Like, we are watching you. Like, you think you're going to go do something to children? Like, we're watching. We're not on my watch, which we'll talk about that in a second. And so Nick and Sherry created this beautiful logo that's on this shirt. It's on hats. We're going to have all kinds of other stuff that it's going to be on. And I said, you know, I really don't want to profit from it. I didn't create the brand to profit from it. I profit from all kinds of other stuff. I created it to create awareness, to empower women, to say to myself, like, you know, empires are destroyed from the inside, and every decision you make will either build or destroy your empire. And if you follow Elena, you know those, and those are the principles that we work under every single day. And so as a lioness, like, I want you guys to always be on the prowl. I want you to always be watching. I want you to know that it's our job. It's our job. It's our duty to protect the cubs of the world, whether they're my cubs or your cubs, man. I will kill somebody if they try to hurt one of my kids or your kids. I will. I know that about myself. And so, you know, the lioness just means so much to me. So Nick and Sherry came up with this beautiful logo. We tweaked it, and then Andy, he's tagged on it. He actually builds stores. He is the best. This beautiful store that he spun up for me in less than 48 hours. It's just beautiful. It is so pretty, and there's so much more to add to it. And so if you go to lionessnotalamb.shop, you can look at the merch we've got. And I don't sell t-shirts to make money. I'm donating 50% of the profits to Slavery-Free World, to Marisol Nichols. I've got an affiliate program. If you want to go out and you've got a sphere of influence, you know, I'll donate you can earn 5% of the sales price, which is really like 10% of the profit, just so you know. You can earn 5% of the sales price just by going out and marketing it. Like, again, I'll probably lose money on this endeavor by the time it's said and done, with accounting and legal and trademarks and the cost of this website to be put up and all of that. I don't care. It's a way that I can raise awareness. It's a way that I can raise money for my friend, Marisol Nichols. It's a way that I can save babies in my sleep. I hope you guys like it. I'd love your feedback on it. It's lionessnotalamb.shop. And, you know, I hope you support it. I hope you want to be an affiliate. If you don't want to be an affiliate, I hope you share it out. I mean, I want everybody to be in their lioness, not a lamb gear. We're going to go out and, of course, do digital ads and all kinds of stuff around it to really, really get it out there. If you love it, don't steal it because it's trademarked. I already had somebody try to steal it. I'm just like, dude, I own this lioness, not a lamb. Like, it's trademarked. Back down. Gee whiz, come up with your own concept. So anyways, I hope it resonates with you. I hope it's something you can get behind. I hope that slavery-free world, I hope that's something you can get behind. Another big announcement, Elena Cardone will be coming to Austin, Texas on September 7th. And she'll be the keynote speaker for Not on Our Watch. My dear friend Lisa Beth Thomas and TWIB, the Texas Women in Business, have put together a huge initiative for awareness, an awareness initiative. They've been working on this for many, many years. Elena accepted the governor's wife, Mrs. Abbott, will be there, and a lot of dignitaries. And Elena has agreed to come in and be the keynote speaker. Like, we are so passionate about this right now. Like, it's all we talk about is how are we going to save these kids? How are we going to stop these perps, these pedophiles, these sick bastards from coming in and stealing these children? You know, I think one of the most powerful lines in Sound of Freedom was, a bag of cocaine can be sold once, and a child can be sold 6 times a day. If that does not make you sick to your soul, then something's wrong with you. Like, and then Marisol was telling us a story, because remember, this is the new white van. So there was this young girl, I think she was like 12 or 13 years old, and she was talking to this boy, 14-year-old boy, in a chat room, and she was at the dinner table with her parents. And the boy, I guess maybe he was 16. So the boy texted her and said, "Hey, I'm outside. I just got a new car. Can you come out and see my new car?" So the little girl tells her parents, "Hey, I'm going to excuse myself for a minute. I just got to go outside for a minute. I'm going to come back to the dinner table." She goes outside, goes to the driveway, goes up to the car. The guy in the car breaks her wrists and throws her in the car, and they take off with her. Guys, it can go down that fast. That fast. God. Anyways, just the stories. It's so gross. It's gross that the American Medical Association has now renamed, redefined pedophilia, like where it's, oh God, I wish I had it. I almost have to ask Elena what it was, because Elena came out with the exact, but basically they're normalizing it. State of California is normalizing it. You know, it's not like it's almost like now, well, you know, I have a preference for underage people, but it's not a crime. Like, what? I'm telling you, that shit would not happen in Texas. It would not happen in Texas. Anyways, so it's sickening, and it's hard. And I just think every single one of us have to become an advocate. Every single one of us have to understand, this is the new white van. This is who's coming after our children. This is the #1 crime in the world. This telephone, those games, and those chat rooms are out to seek and destroy our children. Period. #1 crime in the world. Drugs has nothing on sex trafficking and slavery. Nothing. That should absolutely terrify you as a woman or a man. It should terrify you. It should make you want to come out loud and proud and strong. Of course, we will come out with all the details of Elena coming on September 7th to Texas, to Austin, Texas. And the event, Lisa Beth Thomas, I know, is working now diligently on all the PR, and the Texas Women in Business, TWIB, love those ladies. But that's what we have to do. We have to continue to spread the word. Every time I look at this phone now, I think, this is crime. This is out trying to get my kids, my grandkids, your grandkids, your everything. This is it. This is the new white van. If you don't get anything from this video with me, this is the new white van. Right here. Remember the white van that would circle the neighborhoods, that when I was a kid, my mom would be like, "Don't go up and talk to people in cars. You know, don't go up." And I remember I was at my grandparents' house when I was, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old. Maybe I was younger. I don't even know. But this van came up really slow, and me and this little girl from across the street, we were talking, and he was trying to like get us to get in the van. And I remember running back to my grandparents' house and telling them the story. This was in the San Francisco Bay Area, and telling them the story. Like, that's my recollection of a white van. You know, and thank God, I mean, stranger danger, like we teach these kids in school, stranger danger. That's what they taught my kids. Like, don't talk to strangers. Oh, to hell with the strangers. You know, strangers aren't near as scary as the people they think they know on the telephone who are pretending to be children. Guys, there's so many stories. Do the work, do the homework. If you're in Austin, Texas, if you're in Texas, you're in Central Texas, mark your calendar for September 7th to come meet Elena Cardone. And if you want to support, if you want to be a lioness, if you want to rise up, go buy a t-shirt, buy a hat, buy 10 t-shirts, lioness, not a lamb.shop. let us know. Send me a DM if you want to be an affiliate of that, so that you can, put it out on your site and start selling. We'll send out an affiliate link. You have to be somebody with a decent following, just so you know. We're not just going to let everybody be an affiliate. We are going to check you out a little bit. But anyways, thank you for letting me recap 10X Ladies. It changed my life. It always changes my life. Anytime I do something with Elena, it changes my life. It changes my thoughts. Man, and the intro that she gave me, I was bawling as she was doing my introduction. And then I came up on stage and I literally stood at the podium, and I was just, the makeup artist in the back was like, don't go out there and cry, da, 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 da. Cause they'd frozen my face, something to freeze on my makeup. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to, I'm like, girl, why would I be crying? I had no clue what Elena Cardone was going to say, which made me cry. So I had to, I was standing at the podium, and I was just trying to compose myself. I burned like 3 minutes of my speech, and I told everyone, like, I'm sorry. I've got to kind of pull it together right now. Like, I love that woman so much. She's one of my very best friends. I know her heart. I know what her mission is on this planet. It's to change the planet. And I believe that. I know that. I talk to her every single day. I work with her every single day. It's real. It's legitimate. And just by the people that she brought together for that 48-hour, like that space, that moment in time, that I know that there was 1,000 people in an army that walked out of there and said, you're not doing this to my kids anymore. You're not on my watch, right? Not on my watch. I'm a lioness. I'm going to rise up. I'm going to say something. I'm not going to put my head in the sand. I'm not going to say, oh, it can't happen to my kid, because any one of you that carry a telephone, any one of you that lets their children carry a telephone, or even gives them a telephone for 15 or 20 minutes or an hour, okay? You're feeding the beast. You're feeding the beast. If you're somebody out there, and this is probably not anybody that follows me, but if you're somebody out there, and you're out there and you're posting, naked pictures or very provocative pictures, you're feeding the beast on social media. Like, what is the point of putting pictures like that on Instagram? To get attention? Do you want to get more attention? Like, why? And don't be hating me for that. And again, the people that follow me, I'm not really talking to you. I'm talking about other people. But as women, we can't stand up and say, not on my watch. You're not going to go after my children. You're not going to do this, 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 and this, and then be out there feeding the beast. And the beast is all these men that all of a sudden they become numb to this. So what's left, and all that's left, unfortunately, in this sick world that we live in, is now the next conquest is children. So what can we do as women? We cannot feed the beast on social media. Keep your clothes on, girls. Megyn Kelly and Elena talked about it. Keep your clothes on. Really. I mean, the only thing you're doing is feeding the beast and, attracting a lot of weird attention that I don't think any woman needs. You're all beautiful the way you are, and there's other ways to attract attention. Get smart. Buy into yourself. Change the world. Start a movement. Do anything other than be naked or semi-naked on Instagram. Okay? And so anyways, I just want to thank you guys. Share this out. If you want to be hold on, this is my guy. Maybe he's going to tell me. I just got my first order. Andy just sent me a text and said, congratulations on your first order. So Lioness, Not a Lamb. We just launched it about 10 minutes ago. So we got our first order. Anyways, please be a lioness. Rise up. Stand for good. Stand for children. Stand for changing the planet. Stand for changing the world. Don't feed the beast. Do not let your daughters feed the beast. The naked, semi-naked pictures on Instagram and on social media. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. It's absolutely breaking down what's it's just breaking down everything. Again, I'm not going to get into all here, but I feel like I've almost got a PhD in this stuff, and it's terrible, and it's sickening, and it's disheartening. And it'll be us. It'll be the women of the world that come together purely and simply for the benefit of mankind. That will be the force such as the world has never known. And that was a quote by Matthew Arnold. He was a poet in 1806. And he was an Oxford professor, and he was a self-proclaimed social critic. Now, what's a social critic, right? Especially in 1806. But what I believe is he was like a Napoleon Hill, where he had sight into the future of what would happen, and you just got the opening to my keynote speech, by the way. And he had insight into the world of what would happen. And I also talked about the queen. I'm like, has the queen, the former queen, ever started a war? Do you not think the trajectory of planet Earth would be different if women were president, besides Hillary Clinton? If women were president, if women ran the world, do you not think, do you think we'd have as many wars? Do you not think the queen, all she did was play peacemaker? Britain didn't start any wars. I think they started the Falkland Islands maybe, but, and how would the world be if the women of the world came together purely and simply for the benefit of mankind? If we together said, versus judging each other, but saying to our daughters, hey, you know what? Take those pictures down. It's not cool. It's not cool. You're feeding the beast. Doesn't mean you're a slut. Doesn't mean you're a tramp. We're not slut shaming. I'm not doing any of that. If you look great, great. But think about the repercussions of feeding the beast. And that is where it's all happening. It's happening in social media. It's happening on these telephones. That is where it is happening. Don't feed the beast. Come up against the beast. Tell your daughters that. Tell your daughters' friends that. Tell your friends that. I don't really have any friends that post any naked pictures on Instagram. So I don't have any friends to tell, but all we can do is just spread the word to all the younger girls that, we love and we want to support. And maybe they're doing that because they need attention. Maybe we need to give them other kind of attention. Maybe we need to distract them from trying to put all the attention on themselves and help them find a path where they feel like they can change the world, where they feel like they are worthy to stand up, looks like I'm doing right now. Because there's going to be people that watch this video and go, who does she think she is? And blah, 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 blah. I get it. Like, haters are going to hate. And what's funny is, the haters will watch your videos more than the people that like you. The people like you they'll watch them once. It's like, come on, that's my girl, Lisa Copeland. I love her. People that don't like me, they'll watch them 12 times. They'll put clips out. They'll text them to people. I mean, bring it on. I don't care. This is who I am. This is what I stand for. Love me or hate me. It is what it is. I'm old enough now and I have enough really great friends and a tribe in my inside circle that, on the outside stuff. Got my first sale on lionessnotalamb.shop. And anyways, you guys, 50% of the profits, and I will turn over the books at any point in time, full accountability. I'm not in the t-shirt business. I just want to raise money in my sleep for, slavery-free world that it was founded by my friend Marisol Nichols. She's so cute, guys. She's so amazing. And, she told us a story. She's a single mom, and she told us the story. I guess her daughter's probably 12 or 13. And she told us the story about there was a couple of times she thought that she may not come home from one of these missions that she went on. And she wrote her daughter a letter 2 times. She wrote her daughter a letter 2 different times. And she said, you know what? If for some reason I don't come home, know that I didn't do this to hurt you. I did this so that you never, ever, that you can live in a world where you don't have to worry about walking down the street. Just know that your mom did this for you and every girl in the world. Wow. Oh, I just placed an order. Who did that? I don't have your name. It just says Facebook user. God, put your name on there. Put your name on there. And thank you. Thank you for your order. God, again, share this out. Share out the link. It's time. And and those of you who live in Texas, I don't care where you fly in from. We only have room for 140 people though. So just know that. Elena will be here September 7th as the keynote speaker for Not on Our Watch, headed up by my dear friend Lisa Beth Thomas and the TWIB ladies, Texas Women in Business. What rock stars they are, right? Like that's what we do in Texas. We come together. And so when LB came to me and she said, do you think you can get Elena Cardone? I'm like, yeah, I do. So Elena's coming in at her own expense and her own time and everything so that she can come in and she can support the Texas women. And of course, she wants to take this initiative to Florida also. But that's what we do. When we come together purely and simply for the benefit of mankind, it will be a force such as the world has never known. Okay, with that, I will leave you today. I'm fired up if you can't tell. And lionessnotalamb.shop. Thank you. And thank you for my first order. I will never forget that. I'll never forget you. Please, please put in here who you are, because you're coming in off of one of my other pages and I can't see your name. Anyways, I love you guys. You know, it'll take us, the women of the world, rising together purely for the benefit of mankind. All right. I love you guys. Go shopping, shop, lioness, not a lamb, dot shop, Christmas, anything, presents, presents, presents. Think about it. Think about the lionesses in your life. Think about the fact that we are going to brand this movement, that we are going to show the world that we aren't going to take this shit anymore. You're not going to get my kids. You're not going to get my grandkids. You're not going to get my next door neighbor's kids. You're not going to get any kid on this planet, not on my watch. Okay. Bye, everybody.